Yes, it's here. You are not being deceived, visually or what you hear. I am your host, Isaiah Bradford Photography.
And I'm your co-host, Hassan Spence Photography.
And welcome to Behind the Lens. So, y'all, we did it after months, technically a year of talking about starting a podcast.
We made a podcast at first, and it was about, like, I had a segment on Jack the Ripper, and then Isaiah had a segment on haunted stories of Decatur. But then it didn't really, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on video, it wasn't really professional. But now we're here at Suite 704, and we working. Man, we got Yanni behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? So...
yeah, man. Shout out to Benny, man, and Suite 704, what he's doing with the 217 with this media center, man. Big plans coming, man, and blessings to him and his family and everybody connected, man, and the whole squad, bro. Yanni, Hassan, everybody in the background, bro. Just
everybody involved.
And of course, glory to God, man. We all be nothing or be nowhere without him.
For sure.
But yeah, man, this is the first episode of Behind the Lens, y'all. But we about to cut straight into it. Fair warning to any viewers, there will be some deep topics and uncomfortable topics that will be talked about on this show. There will also be some great and positive ones, but everything will be kept real. We'll also have guests. We will also have guests eventually, photographers, community leaders, people in the community, people we know, people we mess with, a little bit of everything. We plan on reaching as many demographics as we can and be pleasing to as many different graphics as we can.
All right, let's get started, man. Let me ask you something.
What's up?
How's it going?
I just said we're going to keep it real. It's going.
It's going.
Mental health is a real thing.
It is, for sure.
But God is even realer.
He is. What's been going on in your world, man? How you feeling? How you doing?
You know, I've been trying every day. I ask myself, what does it mean to be a man of God?
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of a loaded question.
It is.
And that could mean a lot of things, you know what I mean? A family man, a man building himself. I mean, it's different areas in life as a man that you work on to sharpen yourself, you know? Yeah. And I feel like as men, all we have is each other. Yes, we have women in our lives, but they don't understand the weight that we carry as a man.
Yeah. The way that we carry things on our shoulders and how we are somewhat suppressed, you know, with us speaking out or, you know, I don't really know how to put it, but it's just the fact that, you know, we're looked at as people who are supposed to provide and, you know, put food on the table, do what we supposed to do, have everybody on our back and just be these big, strong people. But it gets to a point to where it's like, you know.
Man, bro, you just hit the nail on the head, bro.
It get hard, man. Sometimes it'd be like, dang, like, who gonna carry me? But that's the thing. God carries us.
Yes, bro.
And that's all we need. You know what I'm saying?
And God gave us each other. God gave us other men in similar instances and situations that's either going through the same thing, has gone through the same thing, or is about to go through the same or similar things. He gave us him, of course, but he put us here for each other.
Yeah.
Because what did God say in the Bible? He said that no man needs to be alone.
No man needs to
That comes with a partner in relationship, friendship, kinship. Heck, that goes to so many different avenues and branches out in so many different ways. But that being a man in today's society, you know, there's certain things that we are looked down upon if we do, to the point of taking care of yourself you could be pointed at as feminine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Showing self-care. And when we speak about mental health as a man, it is sometimes looked down upon.
Or being vulnerable.
You know, just doing things like that is sometimes looked down upon or frowned upon. And, I mean, at the end of the day, lean on God.
Lean on God.
Period.
But.
Oh, okay. Oh, Did you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I just kind of want to elaborate and kind of stretch that topic a little
Yeah.
more, man. Just on the more mental health side of things, man. I feel that in today's world, we are progressing and regressing at the same time.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the acceptance of mental health. Like, yeah, we're doing good with that. Like,
I just feel like there's a divide.
yes.
Yes, we're progressing and regressing, but it's a certain type of people who are regressing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have people like us in our circle, and you know, every single person who's about positivity and creativity, and you know, all them topics. I feel like we're the ones that, and I'm not trying to, you know, be boastful or anything like that or be prideful, but we the ones that need the spotlight. Mm-hmm. We the ones that need to be the role model for this generation coming up behind us, bro.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of kids raising kids out here.
Yes.
So, you know, with us putting ourselves out there and doing our thing with this photography, and you know, in fluidly speaking about God and every chance that we can out to the public and not being afraid, I feel like that's a really good thing that we're doing.
It is, man. I definitely agree. But kind of elaborating on, you know, photography and stuff like that. How did you get started in photography?
How did Hassan Spence Photography LLC start? Let's see.
He loved all that LLC in there, y'all.
Yeah. So it was about late 2019, and I was going to SDMS, Stephen Decatur, around the time where they had merged Thomas Jefferson and SDMS together. That was a wild time, but
a wild time?
Yeah, but around December, there was talks of COVID and the coronavirus and stuff, and we weren't really thinking nothing of it at first. We were thinking it was just cool.
I got sick with an upper respiratory infection. I had my fever 105, and I'm at the ER dying.
Yeah,
but it wasn't COVID yet, but it was here.
And so around December 2019, November, December area, I started, I don't know, me growing up and being in 7th grade and around that area, I wouldn't say I was a hothead, but I was one of them people who really didn't know what to do or where I was going, what I needed to do. And like, I would get in fights, I would be getting suspended, I wasn't really the person who I am right now. But around the coronavirus and around that time, it gave me a lot of time to reflect. It gave me a lot of time to really look at what I'm doing and really focus on what I need to do in a career that, you know, I need to get started on. So late 2019, I got started on photography. I wasn't really taking it serious, but I just knew I had an eye for certain things. And my dad always told me that I had an eye. Like, I always had an eye. So I would get my phone. It would be me and my friend Kamar, right? Shout out Kamar, shout out Alex, you know, all them. So, fam. And so we started just taking pictures with our phones. And I had an iPhone, and he had like a Google Pixel. Mm-hmm. I was hating on every phone that was not an iPhone, but I promise you, them cameras on them phones was raw.
Bro, the Google Pixel camera was crazy. Like, I think, hey Yanni, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Google Pixel camera, they had Sony do that, didn't they?
Google Pixel? No,
yeah.
I think Google got their own establishment, because you know Sony got their own little phones. It's only over there in China. You know? Yeah, they got their own little. No, that was.
So no, yeah, Google did their own thing, but.
And so we both was just taking pictures, taking silhouette pictures, just experimenting, and eventually, around early 2020, right? I'm gonna say March. We were supposed to go on spring break. We were in 8th grade, and we were supposed to go on spring break, and so that spring break got turned into the summer break. It just kept coming, breaks, and then they just shut school down and started shutting places down. And man, it was crazy. Like, but that time, I really, to be honest, me personally, I kind of loved the pandemic because it gave me a lot of time to reflect and to get right with myself and get right with God. I was feeling I was like lit. I was searching, just searching everywhere, searching within myself for what I wanted to do and be a part of. And so I found God. I found photography. Isaiah, he started doing like things with trains, getting in the newspapers and stuff. I'm like, and he just take fire pictures. Period. He had got his first camera from your dad, right? Mm-hmm. He had got his first camera from his dad, and he was going crazy. I'm like, I need to get me a professional camera or something. And so he gave me this point and shoot Canon. What was it?
Canon PowerShot 350.
Canon PowerShot 350, and it was a point and shoot. And I took some really great pics with that.
That basketball pic.
That basketball kick, bro. We were at Whitmore Park, and we gonna put it in there. But that pick was hard, and that was one of my first. That was one of my first professional picks. Like I've been taking picks since 2019, but professional picks 2020 for sure. And that camera is.
We don't talk about that.
So anyway, but then he had let me use his T7. Canon T7i. Mm-hmm. Canon T7i, started going crazy with that, taking it with me everywhere I go. I seen him walking around with his camera or 2 cameras or whatever he got on him, everything on him at all times. It's like having your armor. You know what I'm saying?
It's clothes. It's whipped out.
Clothes. You know what I'm saying? Without it, you feel naked in a sense. So
I walk out the house without drawers before I do with my camera.
Yeah. So then,
as nasty as that sounds, for real.
So he had his cameras on. I'm like, I'm gonna start carrying my camera with me, and possibly getting some opportunities and stuff like that. And so I had the camera on me, and then I went on this. I think it was like a job fair trip with FFA, and I'm walking around, and people like, take my picture, take my picture, pose, da da da. So I'm like, okay, and I've always had a decent amount of friends, but I never was an outgoing guy. I was always shy. Like I was always like, I don't want to be seen by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm currently still going through that. But like as years been going on, I've been getting used to attention and being seen and stuff like that. Ain't really nothing to me no more. And so, but yeah, 2020 had the T7i, and then after that, he let me start using his 90D EOS Pro 90D, camera. And I started booking shoots with that, booking real shoots, and getting stuff started. And then after that, then I upgraded to my own body. I have right here a Canon R10 with a 24-105. That's actually his, but that body, Dad helped me bought. You know what I'm saying? Had to really. Had to get it going. And so with this R10, I've had so many shoots I can't count. I'm currently trying to make a list of all the shoots.
That's impossible.
For everything. I don't know. I'm talking about paid shoots.
That's impossible. Go through your Dropbox and still don't even have every shoot in there. Because it's stuff you probably didn't send clients just regular pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and so
it's impossible.
But it's so many shoots that I've had with this camera and the 90D, man. It's all glory to God, man, at the end of the day. They made so much money off this. They got my name out there through the summer. DCLI at the Devon.
Shout out Dr. Morris.
Fest. Shout out Dr. Morris. Shout out Desiree. Shout out Trey Bar. Shout out everybody.
Lindsay and Brian.
Brian, everybody out there. I went in that program. I'm going to get into that later. Right now, he's talking about how I got started. But yeah, this is where I am right now. R10. I'm looking to get a better body soon.
We bringing him to full frame soon. He's been all he shot with his crop sensor,
man. Crop sensor.
So,
but yeah, that's how I got started. What about you, bro?
What about me, man? That's a loaded question.
How did you get started?
Well,
when did you get started? Where did you get started?
There's a lot of emotion in my photography. Every photo, there is a song and there's an emotion tied behind it. And there's a reason why the photo look and is shot the way that it's shot. What about me?
Why?
There's a lot of emotion and tranquility in my photography.
Okay.
Every photo is tied to an emotion and a song and a feeling. I can't remember all of them, but some of it I can remember the exact what I was thinking, what I was smelling, what I felt, how I was feeling when I took that picture, no matter the time period or location. But photography for me started in 2019, just shooting with my phone. It's like little pictures with you and Kamar. Mm-hmm. Like I would see y'all were taking it seriously with y'all phones. I just, would shoot around with y'all because that's just what y'all were doing. Mm-hmm. And there was one day I had a doctor's appointment for school. And as you know, I'm big into transportation, like trains, cars, planes, but trains especially. And I went out to this place called Wabash, which is the Wabash Antique Center. And I went there, visited and stuff with my aunt. And then I told my grandpa about it. And me and my grandpa started going down there and sitting and parking. And we noticed like there were groups of people that would come every day of the week, rain or shine. And I was alone with a phone. Everybody, shooting with these big cameras. And I'm like, I want a camera to take pictures of trains and stuff. So actually, my first camera was a Canon PowerShot 350 from Mandel the Barber. Shout out to him. But I never got to use it because I was like, why are my pictures not saving? Not knowing they needed an SD card. But yeah. But anyway, I was talking about it with my family and stuff. And Christmas 2019, my dad's probably me with my first camera, Canon T7i with an 18 to 55 kit lens and then a 55 through 250 lens to come with it, which is also a kit lens. But that lens, for what it is, has some great compression on it. To be f5.6, you'll think it's at least like f4 on that crop body. But yeah, man, I started there and I got it Christmas of 2019, but I took my first photo for real January 1st, 2020. So my 4-year anniversary was a month and a day ago. But yeah, today is February 2nd. Or is it the 3rd? I don't know. It's the 2nd of 2024. But yeah, I was just shooting around my camera, trains and stuff, like stuff around my house, my mom, my baby sister, stepdad, stuff like that. And then pandemic happened. COVID became a thing. And my spring break turned into 2 weeks, turned into 3 weeks, turned into a month, turned into never going back to school. Yep. And I had nothing but time to perfect my craft. So, I started with taking pictures of trains. And my first real break was I got a phone call from a guy named Drayden Blackgrove. And he was handling the media for a model railroad company called Scale Trains. He lives down south in Tennessee, I believe. He called me. We did an interview, and they made an article on me. And then Isaiah Bradford became a thing publicly, photo-wise, right? And after that, it got a hold of Herald and Review, their photographer. I met him because there was 2 photographers that I met in Decatur. My first 2 photographers outside of railroad photography, Becky Lee and Clay Jackson of Herald and Review.
Shout out Becky Lee.
Shout out Becky and Clay. Hi, Becky. But anyway, yeah. So they kind of held me in the terms of taking pictures of people, because I was just taking pictures of giant metal objects and like people that would be there, like people around my house. But I guess that's kind of how I got the ball rolling. Clay talked to people, and they did a story on me with Herald and Review, September of 2020. And then the world's biggest railroad magazine company called Trains Magazines. They've been making magazines since the 1900s, early 1900s, like 1920. The person over there, their head writer, Jim Wren, rest his soul, God rest his soul. I got a Facebook message request from him, not even a friend request first. Hey, I've seen your work, blah, blah, blah. You're young. You do really good. I'd like to talk to you. And so month 6 of being a photographer, my first magazine article, Trains Magazine. Then after that, I started picking up traction. A guy named Eric contacted me with another magazine company, with Railfan and Railroad Magazine. Second article, and then more stuff for them. And then after that, the newspaper and the different magazine articles helped me get traction in my own town. And so I slowly but surely started booking shoots. Another photographer who helped me out early on is Adriana Myers.
Shout out Adriana Myers.
Shout out Adriana. You do great work. Probably one of the best wedding photographers in the state of Illinois, in the country. But she took me on a wedding shoot with her to really get to experience a real setting of an upbeat shoot. You know what I mean? I would take pictures of friends and family and like little things from time to time, like free pictures or really, really dirt cheap photo shoots, just to get my name out there. And that was my first big gig. It wasn't a pay gig, but I got paid in knowledge. You know what I mean? Not every shoot or thing that you do has to be for money. My grandma was the first person who instilled that in me. And with that, that's gotten me a long way. A lot of free shoots or people I've met and talked to that just seen a camera around my neck has brought the biggest opportunities. Just being a nice person, being a polite person, trying to be a man of God. Well, boy at the time, but man of God. Mm-hmm. But just from then on, gaining traction around the city in terms of my work, my non-railroad work and railroad work in two separate worlds is kind of was balancing. I was balancing two different people. It was a little weird for a while. I just like, I'm just going to collab both. Why not? Fast forward a few years, you know, just doing different shoots for people. Fast forward to 2023. There's people telling me about a program called DCLI, right? They have interns at New Off Media, a media company learning all things media. And I did shoots for Richland, and there was a lady that I met by the name of Dr. Morris. Shout out Dr. Morris, you and your husband, J.K. Morris, you two have done
a lot.
A lot is an understatement. But
can I jump in real quick? We did not know we were going to have to interview people and really walk up and ask people, hey, can we do an interview with you? Hey, you know, and I feel like throwing us in that, and I didn't really like it at first, and I was like, I thought I was just going to take a picture, but throwing us in that really helped me personally. It helped me open up and be able to just walk up to anybody. You know, hey, I'm a sign with Naughtycater.com. Do you mind if I You know what I'm saying? But I just say that.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. But yeah, just them and doing stuff for DCLI that helped me. But, you know, another thing in terms of school and photography was FFA, Future Farmers of America, right? 10th grade year, which is technically my first year of high school because it's not after COVID, but controlled. You know, I get to school and I'm in this class. It's intro to agriculture, right? Why am I in an ag class? Why am I here, right? I'm just getting extra science credit so I can graduate early. That's all I was thinking at the time. But no, it turned into something way bigger than that. Meeting a lot of great and fantastic people and having a lot of amazing opportunities through school and through FFA and traveling. It brought so much and brought me to meet so many different people and be around a lot of people and experience a lot. We have a living science farm and stuff, and it's at the time, you know, the first animals we had were sheep and donkey, and I was sitting here taking care of animals. I wouldn't think that I would be doing that, but
for sure.
Here we are, and through FFA, you know, taking pictures of them. Last year I won first and second place in the state photography award for FFA.
Y'all probably hearing sirens. We in never mind. Yeah.
Still a Decatur, y'all. But yeah. But we'll get more on FFA. I'm gonna let Hassan kind of talk about FFA, and we'll have that bleed into manners, which is minorities in agriculture.